Welcome, guys. This is the fifth game of the US Open Cricket 2022 live on MAQ TV. We have the Stallions X playing the Tampa Tigers. Tampa Tigers have won the toss and have decided to bat. It's a beautiful day today at the Broward County Stadium. We just saw Titan versus the Samp Army playing. The Samp Army were victorious, and now it's time for the Stallions and Tampa Tigers to face off. The pitch has been beauty today. The ball in the second innings was coming beautifully onto the bat, and the Samp Army were able to score at a brisk pace. The Tampa Tigers, seeing that, have decided to bat. In the afternoon, as I talked to the groundsman, he says that the pitch dries up beautifully and the ball comes beautifully onto the bat. So it would be very interesting to see the tactics Tampa Tigers put together. I have George with me. George, what were your thoughts of the first game?
Well, as we clearly discussed, both teams, they had different approach to the game. The Samp Army, they were aggressive. They took every advantage that was given to them, from the Titans, and they just canter to a victory. We'll see how, the Stallions and Tampa approach this game, which team is going to take advantage. And so, we're ready for the second game, and let's see how it goes.
In Stallions, they have got two slips. I have not seen two slips, so I'm very excited about the bowler, Zia-ul Haq. He looks like he has the ability to swing the ball, and that's why he has gone for the combination of two slip, a third man, first ball on target. And we have Kirk Thomas and Chiranjeevi Korkola opening the innings for the Tampa Tigers. Second ball. Whoa, look at that! I told you this bowler, Zia-ul Haq, was an extremely confident when he put two slips with his swing. I've seen him practicing. He was already, first ball he puts on the spot, and then second ball swings it a little bit and gets timber. What a ball. Let's take a look at it.
And you could tell he had a plan. And the plan was pitch it up, let it swing, and with the pace of the ball, putting the ball in the right area, the plan was always there. Two slips, third man, pace on the ball. That was the plan.
Yeah, and Hanigori seemed to be surprised with the pace and just a little bit swing. Last moment, the ball swinging, taking the off stump. Seems to be totally surprised and bamboozled by the ball from Zia-ul Haq. He now will be roaring to go, ready, because as the bowler, you love to get early wickets. And in a T20, you just get 2 over spell. And getting that wicket in the first, that's also bold. It's like energy.
And if you noticed, the batsman was indicating how the ball was turning.
Yeah.
He clearly indicated that the ball was swinging away, was swinging into him. Therefore, clear plan by the fielding team as to what their intent is, what their plans are. So we'll continue to see if they follow through on those plans.
Boy, I'm always love to see left arm fast bowler. Ever since I was a child, I used to watch Wasim Akram coming and swinging that ball. And, I'm really excited to see Zia-ul Haq look at the ball that he puts to the right-hander, right up there. Just a little bit short of good length and cramping him from room. But I would be interested he would soon go to that ball that he got at the full ball and see if he gets another edge. He has a slip and a third man. This time tries to go across, but his radar is just a little bit off.
And Gory, I'm not so sure he's in a great mood to face Al-Haq. He seems to want to get away from him.
I think that's a great strategy. If I am the batsman, I would take a single and watch the other batsman play. You know, I would rather watch it from the other side. So let's see. Oh, swings and the keeper misses it. The ball goes and comes right below us over here in the commentary box. 4 runs.
But actually, it's 5 wides.
That
races to the boundary, 5 wides.
And that's what a left-hand, right-hand combination does. The first time there was a left-hander, he bowled that ball. It was an ideal ball for the left-hander, but last 2 balls were a little bit down the leg side, and this ball was, more towards the leg side. It's gone for 4. Zia-ul-Haq will quickly have to adjust his line. You know that ball doesn't swing for a long period of time in T20. Oh, ball again gets an inside edge. He's thinking how lucky it is not, going crashing into the stumps. A little late, Honey Gory there.
Honey Gory. Honey Gory certainly looks as if he certainly doesn't look comfortable at all.
Well, it just takes a 4 to get comfortable. One good shot from Honey Gory will get his bearings and get him going. Now, Zia-ul-Haq marching in this time tries to go straight. Just cannot get the timing. Was more like a slog instead of, an elegant push. Practicing it what he would like to do on that ball. The first over has been exciting. Zia-ul-Haq providing the pace and the swing. A little bit of conversation over there. The Stallions captain Sain Jahangir is also the wicket keeper. Whoa, this time bowls a little bit away, and still Honey Gory misses it. Was just a little bit late on that shot.
Well, we know one guy who is pretty glad that over is over. Honey Gory is pretty glad that the over is over, and he's still there. He survived.
That is the quality of bowling we are bringing you at US Open 2022 live on MAQ TV. The Tampa Tigers facing it off right now with the Stallions. 1 over has been bowled, and now let's see if they go for a spinner or a medium pacer. Of course, it's a medium pacer, not the spinner this time, George. Just for a change, we want 2 seamers, right?
Yes.
Let's go back to the normal thing. Let's use the swing, the new ball.
And so it's Ehsan Adil.
Ehsan Adil looks a tall bowler, nicely built. He is going for a slip as well, so attacking, and has a third man. 4 in the offside, patrolling that area. He has a short long on as well, and a third man.
So now he's about to stream in to Chiran Karkola.
Chiranjeevi Karkola now taking the strike. Oh, this ball had a little bit of seam or swing that I saw from Chiranjeevi. Looks like has the ball, I saw good seam position, and the ball just moving a little bit away towards the slip. Like this, Stallions, they have good fast bowlers.
And the wicket looks pretty good. Amish, how does it? The wicket looks vastly improved over this morning from.
Yeah, the ball was nicely carrying to the keeper as well with that bounce. That's what we need to see. Nice, decent bounce, good for shot making as Ehsan Adil steams in. This time he just tries to go for that Yorker, the full ball. Chiranjeevi is just not ready for that drive. The drive was on, but Chiranjeevi just playing full defense.
Yes, he definitely. I think they're trying to get adjusted to the pace of the bowlers and the pace of the wicket. I think they're trying to play themselves in before they maybe have a go at it.
Meanwhile, the deep square leg it drops back,
Yeah, and the fine leg comes in.
and the fine leg has been moved in, and Ehsan Adil now steaming in. Oh, that's a big appeal! Looked like in front, but seems like height might be just the
Yes,
problem.
height. I think it was. Had it not been for height, he might have been in trouble.
The Ehsan Adil keeps on talking. Was there an inside edge or a leg by was given? Let's take a look. Nice and straight comes in. Oh, just hits that on the top of the pad, and probably the benefit of doubt going to the batsman. Wow, these two stallion bowlers have put some show right now in the few balls that they have bowled. Getting the line and then how many times have we talked about getting the line and length right from the ball one is how important it is for your team. This time on the leg side, but Hani Gori was not able to take full advantage of that ball. Probably a flick or a little bit more. Just dabs it a little bit, takes a single, that's good. Now rotates the strike and gets the other batsman on strike, Chiranjeevi.
Yeah, he hit that. At least he was able to get his bat on that to short square leg, and as a result, was able to finally, well, still not a run. It actually came off his pads.
Fawad Alam sharing his experience. He is the X factor for the Stallions. Just beside the bowler, giving all his experience of international cricket. Beautiful line and length. Just in front. Somehow gets the bat. Chiranjeevi wants to go for a 2. In comes the throw. There is backup, and they will settle for 1. This has been a good spell of bowling. That's what we want. This is top-notch cricket here by the Stallions opening spell. Bowlers Ehsan and Haq.
Yes, Adil, that was truly, I mean, the way to be on target, starting a game. Once you are on target, it's easier to keep on target. If you start wayward bowling, then it tends to be wayward after that. So it is pretty good. Adil is on target.
Yeah, and it all depends upon how they have practiced. They always say go and bowl few bowls before your spell to make sure you're. And this time he hoiks it. Hani Gori, but the ball is not traveling. It had elevation, but just dropped there. They were thinking that's easy 4, but just gets 2.
Wow, they just simply run and stopped.
Yeah, they were thinking that the ball is going for a 4. We're just not running it, and suddenly the ball dropped and did not travel. It didn't have that pace to carry on over the fence.
He hit it just a little bit
Up instead of
forward.
Absolutely. But Tampa Tigers have their score moved on to 11 after 2 overs. Chiranjeevi is on 1 of 4 and Hani Gori is on 2 of 6. We have Ehsan Adil back into the deck for his second over. The first over was very eventful. Makes a little bit of adjustment, gets a slip out, now has one slip, has a third man, and has a deep square leg. The short fine leg has been brought up. This time sees the pitch, tries to test the bounce of the pitch. That is good running. That's what we call George good running. Ran the first run hard, Chiranjeevi, and then turned and watched for any mistake. A little bit of fumble. Steaming in completes the second run, and Chiranjeevi goes back to the strike, and that's what we want to see.
And that should have always been two. I mean, the ball is almost to the boundary. That is good running between the wickets.
The Tampa Tigers showing urgency, not only in batting but also in running. This time puts a bouncer, gets lucky over there. The short fine leg was up, and evasive action from Chiranjeevi, but gets an edge and flies over the short fine leg for a 4. I think Zia-ul Haq did everything right up there. It was lobbed up, but it just had enough legs to travel on top of the short fine leg. Oh, this time a little bit wavered, looking at the umpire. The umpire says just within the limits of the offside of the wide and lets that go. So impressed by the bowling?
Yes, I will tell you, Al Haq, seems to be bowling pretty. He has a plan, and he seems to be sticking to his plan, which is pretty much what you want from your opening bowlers.
This time nice and straight, but a good dab, and that's what is international cricket is all about. Sometimes it's not about 4s and 6s. You have to dab the ball, put it in the gap and make that run, and Tampa Tigers doing exactly that. Once, if you don't get the boundary, stays those singles.
Right.
And
rotate the strike. Make sure you're not always bowling to the same batter.
Zia-ul Haq going for his 5th ball right now. This time goes for the almighty Haq and gets that swing, sailing over the square leg fielder for a huge 6.
And what was good about that shot is he went with the pace of the ball.
Yes.
He simply went with the pace of the ball, just got his bat on the ball, and just went with it.
Looked a little bit agricultural, but effective.
Yes.
Wasn't it? He had made up the mind if the ball was in that area, he is going to go for it. No half measures and terrific 6 over there on the square leg. Now Zia-ul Haq will have to make all the adjustment. The overs that he had bowled looked good so far, but suddenly the attack from... Oh, great action, cricketing action. Great bowling. Straight down a drive from the batsman and terrific fielding from the bowler. Everything at all in once. What do you think, George?
Well, Zia started out so very good. And he had a good plan. The plan was keeping the ball outside the off stump, up full to the batsman. But then, if he made any mistakes, the batter was quick to jump on those mistakes. Because you would have recalled the 6 that Honeygory hit was a ball that he pitches on the leg side. And also the 4 that he hit was also pitched on the leg side.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit more experimentation that has been done, right? Sometimes you just, why not bowl 4 balls outside off, let it swing. See if he's able to touch it, But T20, sometimes you have to keep the batsman guessing.
Yes.
And now Hassan Adil, who was impressive in his first over, comes again to bowl. He has been maintaining such a good rhythm. looks like a rhythm bowler, you know. He looks like every time he will bowl, he'll get it right.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just about the bowler. You can see and feel like, you know, this bowler is going to bowl all that, just like Glenn McGrath. You see that he's coming and he's going to bowl that nice length. This bowler seems to have the rhythm.
Right.
Ehsan Adil.
He has a plan where he wants to pitch the ball and then forcing the batsman to do exactly what he's hoping he will do. That's Adil's plan. Steaming in. Once again, right outside the off stump, let the batsman, so he plays and he misses again.
Yeah, just testing him outside the off stump. There is no slip over there right now. That has been removed. But still maintaining a good line and length. And that's what you want to test, you know, until he hits you for a 4. Just keep testing it. Can he do it in the second ball? Can he beat him up there? Because if that is working, why change it?
Yes. You don't change what's working.
Beautiful breeze flowing around the ground. Terrific day to play cricket over here at the Broward County Stadium. Again, put the same ball.
Exact same ball, exact hit.
Yeah,
misses again.
Yeah, this time he wanted to drag the ball from the offside and try to punish it on the leg side. Misses it completely. And Ehsan Adil is bowling in a very good rhythm so far. Fawad Alam is next to him, sharing all his experience, sometimes even making some changes, helping his captain Sayyid Jahangir, who is also the wicketkeeper. Just pulls off a little bit, not ready is Ehsan Adil for that. But the ball, do you think, George, the ball has been traveling? I saw some of the balls just, stop. Was it just the way it has been hidden, or
You mean on the outfield?
on the outfield?
Well, I think it has to be more with the way the ball is hit into the air. If it's hit straight up and comes straight down, if it hits straight up, comes straight down, it's not going to go anywhere. If it's hit across the field, it is shown that it will travel.
Because we have seen many of the 4s that were hit across has been traveling. So, meanwhile, Ehsan Adil just shows how he has variety. This time bowls a slower ball and deceives the batsman, mixing it up beautifully over there. Meanwhile, Hanigori and Chiranjeevi has a partnership of 24. So a small mini partnership building there for the Tampa Tigers. They will be happy. They want to stretch that partnership much bigger. We have seen fall of wickets. 1 brings 2. Almost a full ball, just dipping, dying up there. Probably a very good Yorker. Difficult to dispose some of those. Great job being done by our camera team over here. All the stats team, which is right next to us. The groundsman did a terrific job. Yesterday there was a little bit of rain. And terrific work by the grounds people to just cover it and keep this pitch nice and ready. That is another wicket.
He's out?
He is out.
What
Ehsan
a
Adil.
beautiful change of pace. The batsman was completely deceived.
Completely bamboozled.
Wow. Chiranjeevi was completely deceived by the pace of that ball because Adil has been doing that. He has a truly a good plan of what he wants to do, and he's followed it to the T.
Yeah, he has been mixing it up. Sometimes the pace ball, and then suddenly, almost a back of a hand, a slow ball, just not getting the timing right. Chiranjeevi and just puts his bat and loops it straight. And it we have seen two drop catches when the bowler has bowled a ball and the ball has coming straight. And Chiranjeevi and Ehsan Adil was ready. He's a tall bowler and was able to dive down low and take that catch. A terrific all-round performance by Ehsan Adil. And look at his spell. He is only 3 runs in his 2 overs. Probably might be asking his captain to give him one more.
Well, sometimes it's a good decision. Sometimes it's you know, well, you know, they're teammates, so they should be able to make a good decision based on what they have done in the past.
Yeah, if he has the stamina, if he feels like, that he can take another wicket, then why not give him the ball for the next over as well? One more over spell. Ehsan Adil right now, his tail up, charging in. Drives, the batsman drives, does not get the timing right, gets a single, and that's the end of Ehsan Adil's over.
Actually, Adil was. He had come from this end and got the last. It was his last ball that he got the wicket on. To actually switch. That's Buddha. Buddha.
That has been a change to Buddha. Buddha is coming now, and all this Stallions have been able to have good pace bowlers. We have seen 3 of them: Ehsan, Adil, Jaskar, and Buddha.
And Tampa Tigers seems to be a little bit under the pump. The Stallions, have a good plan. They thought maybe the wicket might be, a little bit pacey, and so they have decided that's what they're going to do. They're going to use their speed bowlers.
Jaskar and Buddha looks like all the 3 bowlers from the Stallions look so prepared for this game. They landed the ball perfectly, not giving anything. We have seen the other fast bowlers going for run, but they are coming, charging in. Jaskar and Buddha taking that wicket low on his first ball, and now just putting ball over ball, building pressure. Oh, look at that! He almost getting an inside edge over there.
Buddha steaming through, beating the batsman outside the off stump. 3 straight deliveries, 3 shots in which the batsman doesn't seem to have much of a clue as to what he should do.
And what a change we have been seeing. Other games we have been seeing spin, and I love fast bowling. And here we have 3 fast bowlers: Ehsan, Adil, Jaskar, and Buddha. They are showing how it is done. Jaskar and Buddha got the wicket of the first ball. My apologies over there. And then now keeps on bowling in that channel of uncertainty, and Bhaskar, who is playing his 4th ball, just keeps on missing over there. Stallions would be really proud of the show that they have so far put. And Tampa Tigers would be thinking how to be able to get out and just rotate the strike, get out of this spell of bowling from Stallions, who have put them under tremendous pressure. This time, beautiful uses the legs, takes a single, in comes the throw. Good fielding there, George.
Yes, charging the ball, but I like the intent of Tampa. They're running hard. They're not ambling through. So if it comes up, they can get more than one, but they're not just ambling. Said, oh yeah, this is just a single.
Yeah,
I like that intent about the batters.
and that's what we want to see. you know, running hard, that the weather is good, there is a breeze, there is, not, you won't get tired playing in such kind of beautiful weather. After 5 overs, we have 26 for 2. Hanigori is at 9 from 9, and Bhaskar is just starting his inning 1 of 5. And spin has been introduced from the other, and this would be interesting. The sixth over, the last over of the power play. Jaskar and Buddha. No, we have to see the bowler's name, but seems like an off spinner coming. That would be interesting. I would be thinking to give just the fast bowler who had done such a good job.
Right. I would have definitely, I would have certainly bowled Adil another over. I mean, after all, 2 overs, one maiden, 1 for 3. I would have probably want to continue the pressure on the team, on the batting team, especially since he was bowling so well.
And Salim has been given the responsibility, who opts for going round the wicket. He has 2 on the leg side, and his primary point of attack is going to be the middle leg stump, as he has this 2 on the deep. Just attack. He needs to keep attacking the wicket and not go far out from the offside. Seems to be doing a good job so far.
Yes. Coming around the wicket, bowling, across the right-hander.
This times dabs it a little bit in the gap, takes a single. Bhaskar looks like a big, huge hitter. Well built, and I would be looking, he might be looking to get his eye in and take the game on. Hanigori, Salim has bowled 3 balls for just 1 run, so doing what his team wants him to do. Many of the players have been not taking the spinner on. We have not seen the footwork and hitting
Yes.
over the long on, long off.
See, just hit with his hand again.
Yeah, on the back foot, just dived it and give it a single. So probably something that we might see in the in the coming balls. Tampa is right now 28 for 2. Just keeping it simple.
Yes.
Salim is not trying anything, and just finishes the over effectively. Bowls round the wicket, just bowl wicket to wicket. The batsmen are not showing any intention as well. That suits him, doesn't it?
Perfect. In T20, if batters are going to be content with just, getting 1, 2, 3 per over, perfectly okay.
Perfectly okay. He finishes his over in style. So only 3 runs conceded. 6 overs, 29 for 2. George, what do you think? Who did a great job in this 6 over time frame that we saw between the two teams?
Well, I will tell you, Adil was excellent. He was excellent. The first over was pretty good.
And what about Buddha, who got the first wicket on his first ball?
Actually, it wasn't Buddha who got the first wicket. It was Adil who got the first wicket.
Yeah.
On his last ball.
Yep.
So, but Buddha bowled excellent. Buddha actually bowled 1 over for 2 runs.
Yep.
But he was excellent. He put the ball once again. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And so, if you have that kind of a plan as part of your bowling technique, you're likely to be successful. So he's steaming through again. Let's see. See, right outside the off stump with speed. Let the batter once again. The batter played and missed, and he's been doing that almost every ball that's bowled to him outside the off stump. He plays and he misses.
Buddha has been doing excellent. Like the first over, he has only gone for 2, and he is sticking to that just outside off stump line. Keeps on bowling there. Copy paste method he's adopting,
Yes, copy
and
and paste. That's exactly what he does.
and and he's being very successful with that line. Look at that, ball after ball, just in that channel, and he runs hard, puts everything. He knows that the spell is of 2 overs. Look at it. Is a very well built bowler. Nice smooth run up, has a nice lift, and then delivers that ball up from high. Just has these 3 bowlers. I'm really impressed from Stallions, how beautiful and aggressive they're bowling.
Yes, perfectly. They certainly had a good plan coming into the game.
This time on the covers, there is a deep cover fielder. Beautiful throw right in the gloves. That's what is needed. And right now they have these. He's bowling that line, which is just short of driving length. They have those 2 fielders outside, one on the third man and one on the deep cover. So they have got it covered. They have 3 fielders on the leg. Probably something that if he's going to bowl that same ball, probably will have take a fielder from the square leg and move him into the long off area. As I said, there is a catch over there and it's dropped. Probably a slow ball. How lucky the batsman was. Tries to, let's see what, was it a full toss or a slow? It was a back of hand.
Back of the land, back of the hand, and he completely mistimed that.
That's why he had that square leg fielder over there, because he had that trickery. The back of a hand, and it almost tempted Bhaskar to go for it, and an easy catch was dropped. And then come back again on that same channel of uncertainty. Jaskaran Buddha, he is bowling brilliantly out here.
Yes, he is. He should have. He was certainly unlucky with that previous ball, because he certainly should have gotten a wicket on that.
The fielder seems to be a little bit late to react, and then he still got there, but somehow managed to drop it. Will that prove to be very, very expensive for the Stallions? Only time will tell. Right now they are controlling the innings, only 4.7 runs per over scored, and the umpire gives wide.
Well, I'm pretty sure the bowler might not be happy with that one. I mean,
it seemed like a regulation ball, doesn't it? But let's take a look if we can have the replay. Might be just a little bit outside of. This time takes just a single, nice drive, takes the single, gets to the other end, and sees Buddha off. 2 overs for 7. That was an impressive spell, George.
It really was a good over, even though 5 came from it. But it was a good. He should have. He was a little bit unlucky in that over. He should have gotten a wicket, and with another umpire, there might not have been a wide. So that last run might not have been. In fact, if I consider it 2 runs in that over, that could have not been given, plus a wicket. So instead of 7 runs, it could have actually been a wicket and 4 runs.
Yeah, last time we saw the Samp Army going in the first 6 overs. Over here, 7 overs, 34 for 2, and now Jayasuriya, who bowled the first over for just 3, is coming, and he has a simple plan, the most simple plan, to go round the wicket and try to bowl on the off stump, and that's what he's executing it brilliantly so far. Do you think Hanigori, who has been there for a long period of time, can take him on?
Well, I think if he does, he'll probably be doing it at his own risk. He'll be, I mean, that was another well bowled ball. He swung and hit it.
But the batting team needs to come up with a different plan right now. First six are over. There are gaps right now. And they need to see where they can get the single double and still be able to get 7-8. This time, he decides to go almighty. The fielder is settling under it and takes it beautifully. There were three fielders up there and just didn't have the power to clear the field.
So we were discussing that. Says if he does that, he'd be taking it on at his own risk.
And George had called it just a minute ago because he had seen the field. When I was asking George, he looked at the field. There was deep mid wicket. There was long on. And he had said, if he goes for it, it could be trouble. But that was not hit with power. The thing is, he hit it from just, from the spot. If you need a little bit momentum.
Feet,
yeah.
No feet.
No feet work. And if he had needed momentum, if he had probably gone a little bit step closer to the ball.
All arms.
Yeah, all arms, nothing, in motion. And then he didn't have that arm strength or the timing to clear up and just, was an easy catch at the boundary. Well, the Tampa Tigers is going from good to bad to worse probably over here. 36 for 3.
The new batter is Saeed Lavia.
Saeed Lavia is the new batsman. And Jay Surya, he is bowling his second over and seems to be doing tremendous job for Stallions.
Easy plan. Round the wicket, cross. I think these batters forget that they could also hit the ball into the covers.
Or they could hit the ball flatter instead of going up. This time he cuts it.
Hit the ball in the covers.
There is a single. Yeah, so if just take a look at the gaps. There is a cover. Though it's going to be difficult when a bowler goes round the wicket to hit him over the cover. But that is an option. Sweep is an option. And other options are to hit it not aerial but to hit it a little flatter. Well, another over goes by and Jayasuriya, he has done a tremendous job for his team going round the wicket. He has it planned clear. Going round the wicket, bowl within the stumps and keep it extremely simple. He's not getting that lot of turn. He's just putting the ball like a medium off spinner and not getting that much pace to the batsman to work with. And all his simple plan is working. Sometimes it's about just having a simple plan, isn't it, George?
Simple plan. Having a plan and executing that plan.
And he is doing both, Jayasuriya. And for now, Tampa needs a plan. They need a complex plan. What do they need? A simple plan or a complex plan? You tell me, what do they need to do from here on?
What Tampa needs is to recognize that they have to do something different from to get the bowlers out of their plan.
Out of their comfort zone.
Get them out of their comfort zone.
A single taken over there by Saeed Lavia, and Bhaskar is still there. He has played 14 balls for his 5. Probably he might be thinking to get a move on from here. So the new bowler, medium pace. he would be looking to bowl within the wickets, which he does, just outside off, and that's what he would be thinking, if he goes for 5, 6 and over from here, he would probably thinking of doing a good job. But I have been really, really impressed by the Stallions bowler.
Yes,
Here's
again,
why.
yes.
I have not seen a bad ball so far.
The captaincy, leadership, it plays a good. Winning games. Sometimes it's about captaincy, and it's clear the captain of the Stallion team had a good plan, and they're executing that plan. They recognize that the wicket is a good wicket. It has good speed, and they're utilizing their speed bowlers.
They are, and the thing is also about, even if they have speed and everything, it's about accuracy and executing either the good line and lengths, the hard lengths. And Stallions have been able to put all the bowlers have not ball, like there is no free gifts for the Tampa Tigers. They have to earn every run. And whether it's the spinner or whether it's a fast bowler, they have, or a medium pace bowler, they have been bowling within that limits. This time tries to go over the cover and finds it. Look at that fielding effort that he put on the boundary, but still it goes all the way, and that is a welcome boundary for the Tampa Tigers.
Yes, welcome indeed. That is the first boundary they have had in, maybe 5 or 6 overs. And considered how he did it. He decided to be aggressive on a ball that wasn't even pitched up, but he chose to be aggressive on it.
So the first step is mindset. Being aggressive prepares your mind and body for it, and then he opened up the space and drived it in the cover beautifully for a 4.
And and by being aggressive, he got something out of that aggression.
Well, much needed boundary, and that was the end of Shubham Rajain over. He did a pretty good job. I mean, even with that boundary, he did a pretty good job for his team. Tried to keep on maintaining that pressure, and
except for one ball. Except for one ball that went to the boundary, all the other balls were pretty good. Were executed exactly as they intended.
Yep, Shubham Rajain finishes his over for 7, and now it's back to Jayasuriya, who will try to keep the plan simple as that has been working, but this time short, but not able to get that timing or placement. Just misses out on a good opportunity. This time gets it full and takes a single. Bhaskar looks a really well built, and I would be really interested if he can belt couple of 6s and 4s. That will be really something that Tampa Tigers would be hoping for, because he has played 19 balls so far. The run rate though, George, is only 4.8.
Yes, 4.8 is after 9.3 overs. At some point, they're definitely going to have to pick up the pace, or once again, they may be in danger of being blown out.
Yeah, that 130 score we saw was it. This time he goes for almighty, and it's a flat 6. A flat 6 over cover. I told you this Bhaskar Yadram look at his build. He is muscular, and once he decides to go for the ball, no half measures, goes over the covers and hits it long and mighty. A tremendous 6 at the right time. That's what you need to. Now Jayasuriya will have to think differently.
And you did recall me explaining about hitting the ball over covers.
Absolutely.
Hit the instead of instead of trying to hit the ball over mid wicket, square leg, hit the ball over covers. If he's bowling the ball across you, hit the ball over covers. That's where it is.
And the next ball, he cuts it a little bit and gets another 2. So this time where Shahan Jayasuriya was trying to bowl on the stumps, he has 3 over here, but now giving a little bit of width, which Bhaskar had utilized. That is the line and length that he was trying to bowl, the wicket. But credit needs to give to Jayasuriya though. He is bowling to his plan. He was
Yes.
bowling on the wicket, and it is extremely difficult unless you make room and try to hit it. But this time, he was able to get a little bit outside off, and Bhaskar was ready for
Yes.
that cover shot and the cut shot.
Yes. If all the balls are on the wicket, it'll be great. He'll have no opportunity to hit the ball. But if the ball strays a little bit on the off stump, outside the off stump, just go with what's there. Hit it over covers.
And we were talking about the captaincy. How beautifully have they thought about the strength of their bowlers, and how beautifully have they arranged the field. Take a look at it. Yeah, of course there is going to be error here and there, but then after the error is done, Jayasuriya comes back on that line and length and still is able to bowl that dot ball. So I'm really amazed by the Stallions captaincy. He's doing a really great job. This time there is a yes and a no. And Bhaskar was almost, if that was a direct hit, he was gone.
Oh no, he had given up. He had completely given up. He had completely given up.
Look at that. Not even bothering to put his bat because he knew that he would be out by a distance. Well, 10 overs have passed by. 54 for 3. Bhaskar is on strike. He had this time cuts it, and there is no third man. No third man over there. There was just a little bit of outside edge. What do you think, George? Do they need a third man, and why not?
Yes. At this stage of the game, rather than have a slips, you really need to have a third man.
Where can they pull this third man from?
No, rather than have the slips and put him into the third man.
But they will have to, they have 5 fielders outside. That is the restriction. So they have 3 on the leg and 2 on the off. So they will have to pull a fielder from somewhere. This time, after having a 4, just takes a nice single. This, I am seeing a little bit of momentum.
I don't think you need a deep square leg because he's bowling outside the off stump.
Yeah.
And if he's bowling that good a line outside the off stump, then there's no need to have the deep square leg.
Yeah, if they could pull now rightly so they have pulled the mid wicket.
Right. They pulled
some
the
him
mid-wicket. Right.
and now they have a third man, but the straight is open over here. Now gets a cut. The ball comes over here and see that. Well, we should be in that think tank, wouldn't we? We will make a good think tank team, George.
No, but see, we I guess what happened is we understand cricket and realize that it's sort of elementary.
George.
That says there is no need for it to be that difficult based on field placement.
So now they have pulled what they are doing it though for Bhaskar. They think that he's a hitter. They think he's a threat. And he could go long. That's why they're putting it on the fence over there. And then whenever he's not, they put a third man. But I would say, why not bowl him outside off and keep the third man over there? And the bowler is bowling a good line, Shubham Ranjane. But if that plan works,
yes,
it's a good plan.
But once again, you have a fine leg and you have a deep square leg. So why use the 2 of those?
It all depends. They might have done studies. Stallions, all the people, they do the studies, and they might have seen that Bhaskar is a big hitter there. Probably. So Saeed Lavai is now on 17 of 13. This time, places the ball over there. There is a gap. Can they come from the 2? Yes, no! Oh, right at the right time was sent back and brings that over to an end. I am seeing a little bit momentum shift over here.
Well, we're seeing a little bit more intent from the batters. So after 11, it's 6-2 for 3. Levi is on 18 from 14, and Bashar is on 13 from 19.
Yeah,
They have a partnership of 26. Current run rate is at 5.6.
and that's what you need. You need guys to spend a little bit of time. Here's what have happened. Both side Lavi and Bhaskar Yadram has spent 14 and 19 balls now on the pitch. So they have understood the pace of the pitch, how the spin is coming, how the ball is coming off the track, if there is any seam movement, spin or to offer. They have adopted. Now is the real time to earn bonus from them.
Yes.
Right now. And what do we see over here is Fawad Alam now getting a bowl.
Yes, and that was and Fawad Alam have the right approach. He's putting the ball directly on the wicket.
Yep. And he has those three fielders also over there. So if there is a sweep, a deep mid wicket, a square leg will come into the picture. Fawad Alam, of course, international player from Pakistan, a very well known figure, left hand batsman as well, and is a very good test match player from Pakistan.
And he when he did and the ball was hit directly to a mid wicket a while ago and short mid wicket.
Meanwhile, Bhaskar seems to have a bigger plan over here. He's taking the singles, rotating the strike. Seems like playing the ball. They are playing the ball. It seems like, they are making an effort to take the singles.
Yes.
But if there is a ball, they will, be ready to punish it as well. This time, just a little bit outside off. Cuts it, but does not get that pace of the ball. The fielder does good, stops it, and
Yes,
gets a
backward a
single.
point. Yes, right, a backward a point. Um, that was a good shot for a single. Rotating the strike. They're good intent.
This time try to just walk off his hips. Does not get the connection over there, but probably he needs a little bit boost of aggressiveness. Just a little bit boost. Oh,
And he's
this
out.
time he
He's
tries
gone.
to be aggressive and a big appeal.
Big
But he
appeal.
tries to go across.
And you knew that. I mean, the minute you saw that ball, the batter was walking even before the umpire gave him out.
Yeah, this was the short selection. Probably not great. There was already goes across right in front. That was a no shot over there from right from the middle stump. He was trying to go across. And his effort comes to an end. Fawad Alam would be so happy and his team would be so happy to see the Bhaskar, who looks like a big hitter, could make an impact, gone. And now Tampa Tigers are reeling.
The new batter is Arshad. Babar Ashard is, and he looks as if he's also another big hitter, big left arm hitter. That Tampa Tigers need to up the run rate a little bit because from 12, 65 for 4. But the T20 sort of requires that for at least 8 overs. You should be able to make at least another 60 runs. At 8 overs, 60, that's more than reasonable.
Yeah, we have seen last time, they were able to get to the score of 132 from here on. So 65 for 4, the Tampa Tigers have put themselves in a spot of bother. And Stallions have been bowling really good. Now they bring in Dan Lawrence and he would be interesting to see what Dan Lawrence can provide. Off spinner and gets a little bit of spin from the pitch. Nice action Dan Lawrence has. Making all the changes. Dan Lawrence, the English cricketer, has played international test cricket, and in domestic cricket he represents Essex. So one more international cricketer we are watching from England. I've seen him bowling, has a good control. This time gives a little bit of loop, and the fielder does a great job over there. This is what I call a little bit of spin bowling, where somebody gives a little bit of a loop. I like a bowler. Most of them I've seen is bowling flat, but Dan Lawrence seems to be a bowler who wants the batsman to drive, to go. Gives a lot of air this time. Misses out. That was a full toss. Saeed, who had been batting for long, would love to deposit it over your favorite area, George. Cover.
Yes. If it's there, you hit it there. But back to Dan Lawrence. Didn't he just finish playing the test before this current English test side going to Pakistan?
Probably.
Yeah, he was on the previous test team.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly. Okay.
Beautiful bowling, and he's got it. This time a little faster instead of a loop ball. The ball comes in, and Babar Arshad's short stay on the inning comes to an end. That was Dan Lawrence. He would be mighty pleased with his just a little bit, just bowling within the framework. A nothing shot from Babar Arshad, and his inning comes to an end. The Tampa Tigers innings is going nowhere. George, another wicket lost by the Tampa Tigers.
What is sort of strange though is it's a casualness with which they've given up their wicket. They're playing pretty good. And then the very next time they've lost a wicket, and you're like, well, they were playing so good. It's as if they lost focus for 1 second, and in that 1 second, they just lose their wicket.
Yeah, after 3 wickets, there was a mini partnership that was built between Saeed, and then suddenly lost focus Bhaskar, and now from 1 they lost 2. Oh, just a little bit of spin. Dan Lawrence, I like the way he is giving the ball a little bit of a loop and almost challenging the batsman to come and have a go, but nobody seems to take his challenge. This time, beautifully on the offside, skids a little bit, and
yes, he certainly is bamboozling, for want of a better word, the batters. He'll loop it, then he'll skid it, then he just have them bamboozled, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I mean, playing internationally, he has the confidence to start good and keep producing good balls, and both Fawad Alam and Dan Lawrence having that international exposure, just now tightening the screws on Tampa Tigers, and Tampa Tigers has a big job to do. Right now there is a yes and a no that needed a direct hit. My goodness, Sami Sadiq, where was he going?
I guess he wanted, but I'm not so sure I understand. I mean, after all, Levi is the batter who has been there for an awful long time. So let him face as many balls as possible.
This time goes,
Oh boy.
tries to go aerial and goes half-hearted. Side Levi. All he does is just give the ball nice and easy to Dan Lawrence, who just accepts it so nicely, and Fawad Alam gets his second wicket. This Tampa innings is in a shatter. They are crumbling like a pack of cards.
Once again, no feet, just arms. And when you play cricket simply, or when you play any sport that requires feet and arms, you better use both.
I have not seen any batsman using the feet over here. Only Anwar, as I recall, in the second game, he was able to produce a very good play where he used his feet and hit six. From there, none of the batter are able to use their feet against the spin bowling. Nobody has dominated the spin bowling. And now, Fawad Alam, it's like cruise control for the Stallions after having terrific opening spell. Three fast bowlers doing the job. Fawad Alam, Lawrence are now dominating the proceedings.
Yep. 13.2 overs, 69 for 6. Run rate 5.2. Extras 10.
It's a tough road from here to the Tampa Tigers as Mario Loban walks in, looks tall and nicely built, and he would be looking to add, and there is a big uphill, and the finger goes up the first ball.
Oh.
Fawad Alam is on hat-trick. Are we going to see the first hat-trick of this innings? Stallions are just rolling past Tampa Tigers. Fawad Alam gets another decision in his favor right now, and look at that. Simple ball, just hit over middle and leg, and that ball might be brushing the leg stump. What do you think, George, about that decision?
That looks pretty close. Had
Pretty
there been
close.
a third umpire, you would have certainly asked for a review on that.
It hit in line.
Yes, it does.
But
so,
was it traveling?
yeah, it looked as if it was on replay. It looks a little bit, but
But full marks to Fawad Alam to bowl within that
Yes.
channel and then trying to go for those legs and wickets, and it's out. Let's see if let's give him one slip, let's get an helmet out there. This is the chance to get the first hat-trick. Bowl it on the wicket, Fawad. He just bowls it just a little bit outside. Yeah, we wanted that same ball on the wicket and see if there was a poke for defense. Well, single taken by Sameh Sadiq and by Prahlad, and this time using the feet.
I am so surprised. Someone actually used their feet.
Impressive. That's what we want. Use the feet. Go towards it. Yes. Oh, Prahlad. Nervous defense over there from Prahlad. And look at that. Fawad Alam might be thinking that is easy work over here against the Tampa Tigers.
Yes. So 14 overs, 71 for 7. Run rate 5.1, partnership 2.
Fawad Alam now making all the changes up there. A brief spell that we got from Dan Lawrence. I was hoping to see
Oh,
another.
he's not coming back.
I do not see him. I was hoping to
Yeah.
see him another over from him. What a beauty he was doing.
Yes, 1 over, 1 for 4.
Probably trying all the bowling options right now. This time just outside of the left arm seamer.
Zia is back.
Ziaul Haq. He had a good,
His first over was
yeah,
awesome.
and then a couple of balls, but Zia, that's a good thing to give your prime bowler confidence. You
Yes.
need a second spell from him, you need, because he's going to bowl again in the remaining 2 league games, and it's extremely important for him to get that confidence going, and brought at the right time, 72%, probably to wrap the tail of Tampa Tigers. Prahlad looks a little bit.
By the time he hit at that ball was already way through to the keeper.
And he's probably asking for a wide over there, Prahlad.
That was great ball. Really, really great ball.
Just not doing much, just angling it across. Prahlad missing it up. And now
It's coming around the wicket.
around the wicket, probably trying to go for that wickets. Just maintaining the line and length, not trying to do much in this spell. Huck, he knows Prahlad is new, probably would like to bowl more balls to him. Just get his rhythm, line length right, get the feel of the wicket, and that's what sometimes you need to do, It is going to be another 2 games for him, and he would be looking to help Stallions further. This time goes for that big booming drive. Just gets a single. Brings Sadiq on strike.
That was a good shot by Prahlad. He saw the ball. He was clear about what he wanted to do, saw the ball and was making an aggressive shot at it and hit it long off.
Oh, what a ball, what a ball. Or was Sadiq late at it. Almost missed it. Let's see how close it was off the leg stump. Whoa.
Was that a slower ball?
Seemed like just probably rolled his finger a little bit. Just beating him in pace over there. Really impressed with Huck over here. This time just outside off, beating him up over there. Sadiq going for a big drive, but it might just want to time the ball more than use his power, because
Yes.
right now he's not connecting.
But sometimes when you play cricket and you think the wickets are coming through, the ball is coming through, you tend to just play at it. So at the end of 15, we have 73 for the Tampa Tigers, are 73 for 7. They have a current run rate at 4.9, partnership of 4. And so we will have a change in commentary. So
it's 73 for 3, and this is Prahlad Marubishi hoiking that one away down to cow corner. He wants 2. It should have been 2. Sami Siddiq was not interested in that. So it's 74 for 7. Ziaul Haq, not to be confused with the former president of Pakistan. So he completed his bowling from the other end. 3 overs, 1 for 21. Fahad Alam, the former Pakistani player, is now bowling. And he's done well. Good afternoon, George. How are you?
Well, it's been a wonderful day of cricket and watching these awesome guys play cricket have been a thrill.
So one more. I think at best they will try to get up to 100 here. Marubishi aiming to go big and changing his mind at the last moment. Very talented player, Marubishi, captain of this team. Gets one. Probably just biding his time, George.
Yes, he is. But we've been suggesting the whole time that covers has been open the whole time, and a lot of balls have been bowled out in the cover, so that's one area in which they could get some runs. So hit it in the covers.
I don't think they mind giving away that single. I think what they want to really protect at this stage in the innings is boundaries. So with 4 of us to go, if they can protect the boundaries and give away the singles, that's okay. They will be chasing around 90. It should not be a heavy task at all.
So I think it's is it Zia that's coming up from?
It seems to be Ziaul Haq. Oh, Marubishi looking to crash him through the offside. Misses.
Yeah, and Zia has been pitching the ball outside the off stump consistently to the right-handers, and they have been missing consistently outside the off stump.
So Ulhaq to continue to Marubishi, who has now given himself some room, and a slow ball bumper that goes through to the wicketkeeper. Marubishi thinks it's a wide that he has not been given.
Oh yes,
Bowl him!
bowled him.
Prahlad Marubishi missing all ends up, and he is bowled.
And Zia has been at that the whole game. He's been aiming at those stumps for 4 solid overs.
Alias, he goes wide of the crease and then comes into Marubishi. Oh my, that should have been out of here. Marubishi completely taking his eyes off that delivery, and he is on his way. So Prahlad Marubishi will have to come good with the ball now, as his team is in danger of getting bowled out. 76 for 8. And Tampa losing a big wicket there, George.
Yes, was hoping that the captain would have seen it at least through to the end and be able to get a few runs in the last few overs to get them over the 100 mark.
I think I was actually thinking along the same lines. I thought that, Prahlad Marubishi would have looked to just get the singles, take it further down. Now his team is in danger of being bowled out with overs to spare. Still 4.5 overs to go. They've lost 8 wickets. And I know that earlier on you and the very quiet Amrish was enjoying the demolition job taking place by the Stallions.
Oh, wow.
That's a no ball.
Yes.
So a free hit will be coming up.
And the bowler immediately apologized to the batsman. As you could clearly see, that was one that just,
Ooh, that was a missile.
Almost slipped out of his hand. But in cricket, there are no slippage without consequences, so it is a free hit no matter which way.
And if it happens again, anytime during this spell, that's the end of it for him. He can't bowl in the innings again. So it's 78 for 8. In the far side of the ground, Ziaul Haq is coming in around the wicket. Siddiq is driving nicely. Lovely shot through the offside for 4. Sami Siddiq is coming to the party.
And that was one of the few aggressive shots that we've seen all day. And look how beautiful it was.
Well, again, you can see Ziaul Haq is attacking the stumps. And when you're doing that and you're looking to pitch the ball up, your margin of error is very small. And that, his intention was to york Sami Siddiq. It ended up being an over-pitch delivery that he put away.
Right. Ball in the slot. And in T20 cricket, balls in the slot are usually hit me balls.
Backing away. And the intention was to get it down to backward point.
Yeah, slower deliver too. It's harder to pick up.
So Ziaul Haq is showing his complete armory here. So this is match number 2. We're halfway through today in terms of the play. George has been in the hot seat. Hope that he's enjoying his stint here with us. Yesterday he was with us but did not come. That's a wide. It's going to run away close to the boundary. So they're going to get 3. Yesterday George was due to join us, but he had to take his wonderful wife shopping.
That's usually, how the expression, happy wife, happy life.
Yes,
So,
and you're looking very happy today.
yes.
Are you from these parts, George?
Well, I do live in Kissimmee.
Kissimmee.
Yes, I live in Kissimmee.
Which is not far from here at all.
Yeah, so you
can walk there.
It's a long walk. It would take me about 4 days to get to travel that. It's about 172 miles, so it would take me a little while to get there. So
Well, and if you're walking, you want Amrish with you. He'll keep you awake.
yeah. But you do know my dad used to live just around the corner for about. My dad lived just down the street for about 15 years. My dad lived down, yeah. So I used to be. In fact, of the matter, my dad is buried over in Oakland Cemetery.
So you're a local boy.
Well, in fact, my dad and my stepmom, that's where they lived. That's where they died. So,
Yep.
I've had to keep coming back. So, yes, I've been here for an awful long time.
So you're not missing any cricket. The score is 86 for 8. 3 overs to go. Care to give us an estimate of a final score?
Well, with 3 overs to go, I'm estimating that they're going to make about 7 runs per over. So I'm going to add 21 to the score. So
117, 107.
Yeah, about 110. I'm gonna give him 110.
I'm gonna say 93. That's one more from Sami Siddiq. Very good player, Sami Siddiq. All the way from Orlando. I'll give you a funny story about Sami Siddiq, who's batting there right now. It's a true story.
Okay.
I was in Dubai doing commentary for the 2021 World Cup, ICC T20 World Cup. Sami Siddiq and Zishan Qureshi, that's MAQ Qureshi's son, decided that they were going to look at the Pakistan-Afghanistan match. That's hiked away and a lovely stop indeed. So they decided that they were going to see the Pakistan-Afghanistan match. And the crowd outside to get into the Dubai International Stadium, it was a very rowdy crowd. And all the barricades and stuff were actually broken down. People were trampled upon. 2 people died.
Wow.
That's not the funny part, though. That could never be funny. 2 people died. Sami Siddiq ran into the stadium, but in the melee lost his shoe. So he ran into the stadium barefooted. looked at the entire first innings of the game, and at the break went back for his shoe. This is down the ground. He's in trouble. And the fielder just erring on the side of caution, staying back. Sami Siddique decided that he's going to go back for his shoe. And he came rushing back into the stadium with female shoes on. When he was asked, why did he put on, the female shoe? He said that was all he saw there, so he used it because someone had gone with his. Good old Sami Siddique. Played away down behind square. That's one more. Score goes on to 91.
Yeah, almost 2.1 overs to go.
I'm saying 93.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting that feeling.
They'd have to be completely get bowled out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Fawad Alam has been good. 3 for 13. He'll take that every day and twice on a Sunday.
Yeah, it's awesome bowling.
Yep. I want to say good afternoon to Mr. Mongal. Mr. Mongal, at the end of this tournament, would have scored the most runs. He's our scorer. And that's one more. So they've gotten to 92, which means that both wickets have to fall for the addition of 1 run. My good friend Sami Siddique is still there, though, and he has reached double figures. Say good afternoon to the boys from the SC Tech crew, led by the big man himself, Rod Lal, and including his son, who's the real boss, Sean, and of course the great Mongas, who is actually, he has on his, when I look across to Mongal, our scorer,
Okay.
he has on his glasses. Then he takes up binoculars to look at the cricket and still scores short.
Oh, so he needs some more glasses. Maybe I should lend him mine.
I think he needs a tap from Roddy Lal, man. He needs a tap from Roddy Lal, man. That is what he needs. 92 for 8, 2 overs to go, and it's going to be Laul Nayan, who plays for the Tampa Tigers on a regular basis across in Orlando. He's taking strike now. And it's going to be Jaskaran Bhutta,
Who's been bowling, with such a good plan. He picks a line and he sticks to that line of bowling.
Ball him!
He has
Pulling away, looking to hit this somewhere down to the swap shop. He turns back to see the dreaded
right timber.
red lights.
Yes, timber.
92 for 9.
No, there was he should have done better, but I will tell you, Buddha has been bowling with such a disciplined line. I don't remember if you recall his second over where he actually gave up 5 runs in that over, but it actually should have been no more than about 2 plus a wicket. He had that really good second over again.
Well, I didn't see it. I heard it. I was across at Joy's Roti shop and Amrish was on. So I actually heard it. I did not see it. So I know what he was speaking about.
Yeah,
it was loud and clear.
Yeah, real good. He had a real good second over, drop catch, umpire giving a wide that was truly borderline, and then an extra ball, a single. It was really good. He's been real disciplined all throughout the inning.
No, he's been good, and you look at his figures coming into this, his third over, 2 overs, just 7 runs. So let's see if. Oh, that's a name I'm going to leave to you, Kumujo. Bhishma Kumujo.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be Jaskaran Bhutta to bowl to Kumujo. He is from the northern end. And the score goes on now to 93 for the loss of 9. I said 93 would be the final score. Let's see.
Yes. So in order for your prediction to be as forthcoming, this has to be it.
My good friend Sammy Siddiq will have to get out, but I'm not wishing that on him. He's my good friend, Sammy Siddiq. I would like to see him prosper. But let's see. Kumujo has other ideas. Here he is rushing in from the northern end. Ooh, that's a beautiful delivery. And one coat of varnish on that stumps again. Sammy Siddiq would have been out. George looks on in amazement.
Yes, Bhutta, I'm truly impressed by his bowling action, his bowling line. He is really disciplined in what he's doing. You know, he steams in and just let it go. And he's coming in again.
This time, Siddiq plays it back to him. You know, this is really, really, putting all joke aside, this is really serious bowling by Jaskaran Bhutta.
Yes.
And once he can continue in this vein, he will have a really good tournament.
So far, from what I've seen, he's been the most disciplined bowler for at least the 3 overs that I've seen.
Siddiq again, and this was outside the off stump. He threw everything at that, including the kitchen sink.
I saw 2 kitchen sinks.
So just a change in the field. They're actually switching the fielders. Mid-off goes into mid-wicket, and mid-wicket goes to mid-off. So let's see. 93 for 9. Tampa Tigers. It's Sammy Siddiq to face Bhutta. Ball them!
What a prediction.
Right up in the
What
block
a
hole. The stump
prediction.
rocks back. And 93, my good friend George, all out.
That was good prediction. That was truly an amazing prediction about the 93.
Wow, look at this guy again. I've enjoyed his spell.
Yes.
Lovely. Oh, that's unplayable. That is a totally unplayable delivery by Bhutta. I think the young man has a bright future ahead of him. 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 8. Foul alarm. His 4 overs, 3 for 14. The star of the show. What a performance here by the guys from the Stallions. Kirk Thomas failed to score. Kakola got 8. Honigori got a sweet 14. Bhaskar Yardram, the former West Indies under-19 player, got 14. Saad Lavai batted well, 22 of 21. Baba Arshad 1. Sammy Siddiq bowled by Bhutta for 10. Malo Loban, LBW fired alarm without scoring. Prahlad Madhubishi bowled Zia-ul Haq, not to be confused with the former Pakistani president. He made 4. Lahul Nayan got 5. And Bhishma Kumujo would be disappointed. He was not out on 1, only 99 short of 100. And looking at the bowling, Zia-ul Haq, 4 overs, 2 for 31. Ihsan Adil, 2 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 3. Jaskaran Bhutta, 3 overs, 2 for 8. Shihan Jayasuriya, 3 overs, 1 for 16. He was good as well. Subjam Rahane, he had 2 overs, none for 15. Foul alarm, the star of the show, 4 overs, 3 for 14. Dan Lawrence, the England international, 1 over, 1 for 4. But the star of the show for me was that man Jasker and Buta. We take a short break. We'll be right back for the reply.
Right, and I am completely agreeing with you. I mean, Buta, his line was perfect. He everything he did today, he did with a plan, and he executed that plan. Perfect.
Perfect. Take a short break. We'll be right back. So we're back here. Shan Jahangir forces this away. Down through point. This is going to go into the boundary. And just about now, teasing the fielder, carrying him for a run. And Mario Luban struck away for a boundary. And Tampa Tigers, remember they were bowled out for 93. And they need to really get early wickets against the Stallions here if they are to progress and move on to a victory. Let me say good afternoon again to Amrish, who will be leaving us after this game. Laban down the leg side, clipped away, one more. So they're looking to keep the scoreboard ticking. Let me say good afternoon to Amrish. Amrish, how are you?
I'm doing awesome.
That's great to hear. So it's Loban, Mario Loban. Loban is something that the Indians use, the Hindus use to quote unquote smoke out their home, to get rid of negative energy and invite positive. Am I right?
Well, Vinod knows everything about every culture, doesn't he?
Well, let's see. But Loban here is a bowler.
Mario Loban.
Here he is, tall man, leans forward, nice bounding approach, a nice high action as well.
Well, the Stallions are on a brisk start over here, 6 of 3 balls, and they just need another 88 runs. All the hard work was done by the Stallions in the bowling. Bowled brilliantly. The fast bowlers and the spinners did a great job.
They were wonderful, weren't they? So here's the big man again, leaning forward. Oh, that's a wayward delivery. Just fanning at it, not getting close enough to play the cut shot. And Jahangir will definitely want to put that right. Very good batsman, Shehan Jahangir. I saw him play in Tampa, scored a lot of runs, was player of the tournament, the MCL tournament in Tampa, and that was earlier this year. Also played for the Barbados Tridents a couple of seasons ago in the CPL.
Well, the Tampa Tigers have the job cut out right now. They would be thinking of doing the same thing as the Stallions did to them, try to get that early breakthrough using Mario Loban, who has a slip in place, steaming in right now.
So it's Jahangir just waiting on Loban. Goes across the off stump, looking to pull it through the onside, and that's good thinking. So he just made a shimmy across the off stump because there's only a backward square and a mid-on the onside. Anything in that region is runs.
Adventures at the start, and Jahangir going across. Probably might want to play in the covers as well, or the cut shot is also open up there. But trying to go across would have to be careful.
Oh, that's a bad delivery with no one living in that area. He bowled that short, and Jahangir said, "Thank you very much," putting it away for 4.
Nicely rocks back on the back foot and deposited air. It's in the mid-wicket area. Nobody there. Beautifully hit. Nice and easy. Gets a boundary.
So at the end of 1, it's 10 without loss. Stallions X. Is it Stallions X or Stallions 10? If it's 10, they're playing one short.
Stallions X. The X is for that X factors that they bring into the game. We already saw that X factor when they were bowling. They have the fast bowler. I thought we know that they had the best bowling attack so far in terms of the pace. What did you think about their pace bowling?
I was telling George that Bhuta impressed me a lot. I was telling probably with about 20 minutes, half an hour to go in the innings, I was telling George that the final score will be 93.
Whoa,
He doubted me.
pretty close.
Well, actually, it was 93. You don't get closer than that.
That's it. On the spot.
Yes.
It could be Vinod X with the X factor of predicting the scores.
Well, my good friend Sami Siddiq helped me out with that because he backed away and was bowled by Bhuta in the penultimate over of the innings. So it's 10 without loss.
And now Honey Gori coming in. He will have to contain because the first over has gone for 10. A brisk start by the Stallions. X might be 10 and that's why it's X because they make 10 runs in the first over.
Let's see if they can do it in the second. Here's Gori. He seems to be a swinger. This is clipped away neatly down through backward square. And they're going to go back for 2. Tajinder Singh.
Well, on the pads it is, and Tajinder Singh just glancing it beautifully for a nice easy 2. It's a feel-good ball. Sometimes you need that feel-good ball. A full toss or on the leg side, and you just, gets your inning going.
Oh, that's a lovely shot again. This time he picks out the skipper, Prahlad Madhubishi, who will be coming into bowl a little later on. I'm looking forward to seeing him bowl.
Tajinder Singh looks like very organized. He's clipping from the middle stump over there. Has to be a little bit careful because the ball is swinging, but this time
Brilliant
is
shot.
the bat swinging.
Yeah, that's 4 over the infield. Madhubishi has to run back. Overpitched, bad delivery. Coming into the right-hander, and all he had to do was to play it over the infield. As easy as that.
He beautifully picks it up, swinging in, and with the swing goes on the leg side. That is how it is done. The positive intent.
I think what Madhubishi needs to do is to put a corner in position. Actually, Kirk Thomas is asking if to go directly in that position. With the ball swinging in, I think that having a long on might not be the right thing at this point in time. I think he should go wider, a lot wider.
We have seen the other team utilizing that same tactic that Vinod was saying. If the ball is swinging in, get a mid-wicket instead of a long on and the square leg, then bring the ball in from there. But this has been a great start by the Stallions already. It looks like a confident start. They look like a team ready. I was talking to George. Even in the bowling, they were ready from the ball
6.
one.
That's a big 6. Again, as I said before, had that fielder been at cow corner, it would have gone right down his chest.
Whoa. We were talking in the commentary box that with that swinging and bowling on the mid-wicket area, on the middle stump and the leg stump line, we needed that deep mid-wicket, but ball was sailing up.
Well, Honey Gori.
And now Honey Gori has to do all the adjustment. What things he has? What can he do right now in the last ball?
The previous delivery swung into the big right-handed, and Honey Gori getting it to swing in. It struck the sweet part of the bat and went for 6. He's again clipping it away down to cow corner. They're going to go back for 2. Madhubishi gives chase. They don't want to take 2 against him. So that's 24 at the end of over number 2.
The ball was swinging in. He had 5 on the off, and probably he needed that extra player. Even in the short mid wicket, it was way open and easy runs over there. A little bit of homework or a little bit of strategy changes and fielding changes as much needed because it's already 24 in 2. We thought it's an X, but now it's a X plus 2. 12 runs. 14 runs have been conceded in this over.
So at the end of 2, there is a bowling change at the northern end. Shayan Jahangir is on 9 and Tajinder Singh 15.
The Stallions are racing through this run chase. They have already made 24 and the target is just 94. Containment and wickets is the ask of the hour, but they are getting neither of it. In comes Bhishma. In Mahabharata, as you recall, Bhishma.
Bhishma Kumujo. Oh, driving. Protection down there. That's one to Jahangir.
We had Bhishma Pitama in Mahabharata, who is very, very dutiful, and that's dutiful he has to be now. Bhishma for Tampa Tigers, do his duty right, put the ball in the right areas, makes a change. The keeper comes, stands up. Will that make the difference? Get a wicket to Bhishma.
Well, it means that he will have to play from in the crease. Jahangir cuts again. This time it was Tajinder who cuts, gets one.
Just putting some doubts in the batsman mind, standing up, asking him not to move, get out of his batting crease. Trying something different. Sometimes trying something different gets you results, Vinod.
Yeah, definitely. Need to try something. They're going to run away with victory here, the Stallions, as it looks at this point.
Well, cuts it or drives it a little bit, but straight to the fielder. They have the two fielders out. One is on deep mid wicket and the other is sweeping the cover area. So those are the two options that Bhishma has opted for. Needs to keep it nice and tight.
Again, wide, cut away, down to third man. Sami Siddiq is off and running.
Just providing that width, and Jahangir takes it easily, cuts it, gets in the gap, and strolls for a 2. The partnership already 28 in just 2.4 overs.
Quick single taken.
Whoa, that was close.
Definitely, and I thought the fielder, as opposed to waiting for it to come to him there, Gory, he should have attacked it.
Yeah, look at the fielder. He should have gone towards, that is the one rule over there. If the ball is coming slow, you attack the ball. But the ball is coming fast, you have to, you can stay at that place. At that point, the ball was coming slower. The fielder should have attacked and pulled the wickets down, but he misses thus. And this time, the batsman does not misses it. Just drives it down the ground. Didn't get the timing good, did he?
Still, he was able to get runs, so it's 31 without loss after 3, sorry.
The Tampa Tigers have to do something different if they want to come back in this game. Probably the next move is going to get a spinner, Vinod. Spinners have been doing pretty good in this tournament, and probably left arm spinner against the right-hander, if they have any, or a leg spinner would be a good choice.
Yeah, with the ball moving away from the right-hander. So far, Kumujo, his overs costing 7. Not bad. Jahangir is on 13 and Singh is on 18. And Honigori, his first over cost 14, so he's out of the attack.
Let's see what the Tampa Tigers have opted for. Definitely a spinner over there, making all the adjustments. And we have seen if the spinner does not ball properly or does not land the ball in the right areas, he can go for a lot of runs as well. In the last game we saw that. And it's going to be interesting how the spinner Lahul Nihayan, is that right?
Rahul Nayan.
Nayan. Making all the changes right now. Opts for a long on and a deep mid wicket. So wicket to wicket line, left arm. And this time finally we see a batsman walking down the pitch and raises it. Goes for a mighty six.
Well, that's Jahangir Khan for you. Shehan Jahangir, sorry. He is a powerful striker of the ball. He's a lovely timer more than anything else. And you can see him just getting to the pitch of that. And all he had to do was to tee off thereafter. And he went for six. Welcome, Lahul.
And George and myself have been talking about, George would be really happy to see a batsman who is using his feet to a spinner.
Back and cutting well. This is running close to the boundary. And the fielder pulls up just inside. Luban.
This time the bowler does not flight it, just bowls a little bit shorter, pulls his length back. But Jahangir is ready to cut it. Has a little bit of width on offer, uses it to his advantage.
So he's starting to fire now. 21 of 12. The short and dropped, is it?
Whoa, let's see on the replay. Couldn't see from the umpire was right in front, so we'll have to see whether there was a chance over here. No, one bounce.
Bomb ball. Yeah, bomb ball. The umpire getting out of the way. And this time, this is cracked away. More runs here. Another six. 45 without loss.
Another US Open Cricket 2022 6. Look at that. First goes.
Oh, what a shot. Where did the power come for that shot?
Majestic. Look at the ball. The fielder just fetching the ball. Right now it has gone. Jahangir, he wants to finish this game in a whiffy. The run rate right now 11.7 and the required rate has dropped to 3. Lahul's spell has been taken a toll.
14 of the 5 deliveries.
Beautifully taps it. Sees there that the fielder is way on the circle and completes a single. That's what you need to do. It's not all about hitting sixes or fours. Sometimes you need to know where the fielders are and place the ball in the gap and get a single.
So after 4 overs, they're actually halfway there already. Shehan Jahangir 28 and Tajinder Singh 18. And Lahul Nahian, I don't think we will see him again in this innings. He's 1 over going for 15.
How can the Tampa Tigers make any impact on this game? That's what
they need quick wickets.
Yeah, the captain would be thinking how to buy the first wicket, which it doesn't seem like the way Jahangir and Tajinder Singh is batting that they can get out.
Change of bowling on the far end, is it? Yes.
Oh, misfield over there of driving off the back foot.
That's the half century. It's 50 without loss.
And the fielder was all over it. The bowler not happy. Bhishma is looking and throwing his arms in despair as the ball goes for a 4. Jahangir and Tajinder Singh has put 50 in just 4.1 over. What a innings they are. They are on fire over here.
This time not getting hold of it. It could be in trouble. And the catch, has it been completed? Yes, so Jahangir has to go, not getting hold of that one. And the man, Loban, the tall figure of Loban, running around at mid-wicket and taking the catch. So the first wicket has fallen with 50 on the board.
What a catch that was. Running on the boundary. It's difficult judging where the rope is and then taking that catch so easily, completely, gracefully. Terrific fielding effort. And Bhishma breaks the partnership right at 50. Much needed break for the Tampa Tigers. And the wicket has fallen. That could provide just a little bit of relief for the Tampa Tigers as the Stallions will keep on building and piling the runs. And welcome George. We finally saw a huge six getting to the pitch of the ball and hitting it straight. Somebody using the pitch, using his feet.
You know, that was what we've been talking about all day, hoping to see a batsman, you know, rather than just using their arms, use their feet for a little bit. And believe it or not, and he got out because he chose to use his arms again. He's been batting pretty good all day, putting the pressure on the bowlers. And then just this, you know, once again, probably just lost focus because after 4.2 overs, you're 50 without loss, and just said, you know what, I'll just do whatever.
Yeah, he was trying to, dash it around. The ball was there to be hit. It was a little bit short, but difficult, just needed that extra little bit of power to get it through. But beautiful fielding up there on the fence. And now we have to see whether the Tampa Tigers can do a double strike. It's all about double strike. If in that over they take another wicket, they will feel good. They need to put the pressure, need to see how can they get the field right to put that and bowl to the new batsman, which is Khurram Manzoor.
However, I just want to get back a little bit to the batsmen. They've been hitting the ball on the offside the whole time. Did you notice he hit the one ball on the leg side, and he got out?
Yeah.
Had he continued the trend of hitting the ball where it was,
and this time he decides to go straight and hits the Cricket Council USA Open billboard over there. I don't know if we have any prizes or not for hitting the billboard, but that was as straight as an arrow. Poor ball, though, short ball, and nicely dealt by the batter.
Yeah, Singh has been batting, he's on 24, facing just 10 balls. Once again, they're racing towards this total.
Then Jinder Singh is not going to relent, and now he goes on the other side. But very nicely fielded over there by the fielder and stops it for only one. Tejinder is not letting go that aggressive mindset, which we has not seen that much, and that's as much needed. Once you start dominating the bowler, that ball was right on the wicket.
Yeah, Bishama is even though he has given up 19 runs, he has bowled with a plan. He's tried to keep the ball in this one area consistently, and it has worked out. It's just so that the batters, they have a plan too, and they just follow their plan. So it's usually whoever stick to their plan best will be most successful.
Yeah, and sometimes it's also about adaptability. Sometimes you have to disrupt, the other people plan, get them to their plan B or plan C and see if they have any plan like that.
Yes.
And right now, Tajinder Singh, he looks to finish this game because already they have scored 58 in 5 and only 36 is remaining. of 90 balls. Meanwhile, a bowling change. Bhaskar Yadram has come up. Seems like a medium pacer. Probably would have gone for a spinner, but they think that the medium pacer Bhaskar could do the job for them. Tampa Tigers don't have much liberty of runs, do they?
No, not just with 93. 93 was just not a not much of a competitive total. It certainly put them behind 8 ball where they had to bowl excellent. I mean, no mistakes. And they certainly didn't start off that way. So Bhaskar, medium pacer, seems to be bowling somewhat with a plan.
Yeah.
Some speed outside the off stump. Looks to be, if he keeps that line, it could be successful.
Yeah, short of good length. He's just trying to hit the deck and let the pitch do it. Does not want to over pitch, as Tajinder Singh has looked for anything that is pitched up. He's going to go for it. This time on the rise, he wants to go, and the finger has raised, and Tajinder Singh is surprised. He's stumped. He is astonished.
He
cannot believe it.
Furious. The batter is furious because he is adamant that he did not hit that ball.
Look at that ball. Let's see if there is just want to go, and there was like an appeal from the keeper and not from the bowler that much. Only after the keeper had raised his hand in appeal, the bowler joined him. And let's take a look if we can detect any deflection. Slowly, I could see a little bit of gap between bat and ball over there. And look at the reaction over here. The keeper goes a little bit just like asking, hey, is it out? And the umpire probably heard something. Tajinder Singh is going around, and you will require 10 horses to pull him off.
Yes, he
ground.
is mad. I'm telling you, he is just furious.
Well, that makes the game a little bit interesting, doesn't it? 2 wickets have gone by. Give something for the Tampa Tigers, but whom have they now need to bowl to? The man.
Dan Lawrence.
Dan Lawrence comes in, and that would be what an opportunity for Bhaskar to bowl to Dan Lawrence. If he can bowl, nice and steady, he would have stories to tell that he bowled to Dan Lawrence.
Yes, yes, and especially if he could get him out.
Yeah, that would be even great, and then he gets to bowl to maybe Fawad Alam.
Yes, certainly would be a good story to tell.
Tampa Tigers bowlers have everything to gain from here on, getting an opportunity to bowl to international cricketers. Would be interesting how they might have seen Dan Lawrence bat and what kind of changes they are going to do on the field. Is they have dropped the deep cover, probably trying to make him drive. This time comes down the track. Dan Lawrence not set yet his eye, but wants to go for it because probably it's the last power play over.
Yes, 2 balls to complete the power play. But we also see a concerted a big difference in certain players not standing still, not letting the ball swing, taking away the swing. So it's easy with the Dan Lawrence, how their approach is going to be. Not going to stand still and just let the ball come to him. He's going to go get it.
And it's a different pitch in England versus a pitch over here. It requires a little bit of adaptability. This time, nicely lets the ball come to the bat and let it flow on the cover area just for a single. And that's how Dan Lawrence bats. Was a beautiful sight.
Yes, it was beautifully driven into the covers. Nice, easy.
Maintaining his shape.
Yes. Now it's Manzoor's turn. See how well he'll adapt to that.
Let's see the last ball of the power play. Would he be tempted to go for it? What kind of ball could Bhaskar really try, to just tempt him? Maybe ball a slower one and get, a long on and a deep mid wicket and try to see if he goes for it. Well, some problems in the side screen.
Yeah, the umpire is indicating that they needed to do something. Oh, they're moving.
Moving it just a little
Yeah,
bit.
moving the screen. The batter is asking for the screen to be moved. Oh.
Last ball of the power play. Bhaskar. Shot. Just tries to tab it in the third man area. Gets nothing.
So let's talk a little bit about that medium pacer with speed on the ball. Six deliveries, 1 run, 1 wicket. So once again, see the huge difference in the bowlers that are bowling. The wicket appears to be conducive for speed.
It is conducive. It just depends on the length that the bowlers are bowling, and the line, the length, and of course it also depends on the batsman. The mindset. A good batsman would just convert any balls over there and try to take a single, or if you are, then try make you pay. And now we might see a little bit of spin from the Tampa Tigers.
Okay, so it's Prahlad that's gonna spin from the southern end.
Prahlad Madhubushi is like a Japanese car. Probably he needs that aggression, just like his name. Oh, that was the slowest leg spin bowling I have ever seen from Madhubushi. Look at that, looping it and asking Dan Lawrence to generate the power. I did see a little bit of turn. He has two fielders,
Yeah,
one
deep,
on the long off and the
yeah,
cover. I
right.
think the ball is going to come there.
Deep long on, deep long on and long off, and mid wicket. Right. So he has all the he's taking care of the 4 areas that he wants, looping that ball up.
Probably he needs a long on and a deep cover over there instead of a sweeper, because the ball is turning and he might need 3 on the off and 2 on the leg, but just floating it up there and asking the batsman to go for it. This is tempting.
We'll see if they sort of get his rhythm, find his rhythm. But it is pretty unique to see him just throwing it up.
I am thinking Dan Lawrence sooner or later might, and that's that area over there. But the sweeper does really good, covering good. Both of these players over there are running as fast as they can and covering those empty spots over there. Sooner or later, somebody has to go.
It's a huge area to cover.
This time turns and just straights it up. Gets straight drives, gets a single. and Manzoor gets off strike. Sooner or later, somebody is going to go dance down the pitch and try to hoik Mitsubishi. Marabushi this time opens the face, and there is a chase on. They are easily gets the second run. Dan Lawrence, just his technique of,
So easy. Huh?
yeah, it was easy to watch. I mean, he didn't seem like he was in a rush. The turning, the way he turned, put his bat and turned, and he always wanted to, and he got to.
Easily got to. Um, there's quite a difference in some players and their approach to how they're gonna um,
Don Lawrence and Manzoor, they didn't get tempted in that first over. It was very tempting. It was having a lot of air and loop, and seems like there is probably some kind of confusion. Is it the sun that is?
I'm wondering if because that Dan Lawrence tried to pass the ball to the fielder when after he had finished run to two, if they're um, if they're making an issue of that.
Making it.
Because
What is that signal right now? We need to zoom into the zoom into the
yeah, see, I guess that was what happened. So what happened was Don Lawrence was running, and so he was trying to pass the ball after he had finished running the two. He was going to pass the ball to the bowler. So, and I guess one of the players decided that he was going to make an issue of it, which is
what is going
so.
on over here?
So I think the umpires are
We
are,
need a
are, are
replay.
So I think what the umpires are doing is I think they're calling five penalty runs for that.
5 penalty runs, they have given him out.
They gave him out.
Yeah, that was the whole thing going on right now. We'll have to take a look if we have footage of what exactly happened. Well,
Okay, yes.
unusual. What is
Right, so I think that was what happened. Was that he was running, the ball came to him, and he was gonna just try to pass it to the player.
okay?
And I think one of the player objected to it.
Well,
And
last two
or
wickets have fallen just like a gift.
so that's something akin to being you know how
Mankading.
right.
Mankading is, obstruction of something is
Oh,
what they might have appealed for.
no, but they've changed the rule on that though. If you recall, ICC changed the rule that says now they're not going to allow that anymore. Where the player, rather than giving the player out, they're going to tell you that you're run out. So I think that's really what happened. A player, an opposing player, object to him using his bat to touch the ball.
Oops. Everything happening right now. The batter was going to go and hit that ball.
Okay. Okay.
So we have an explanation of Dan Lawrence dismissal. The ball was thrown in and he grabbed the ball and there was an appeal, and my fellow George is going to read you the rules.
Right. It's actually Law 37, obstructing the field. So it's out obstructing the field. Law 37 1.1. Either batsman is out obstructing the field if, except in the circumstance of 37.2, and while the ball is in play, he or she willfully attempts to obstruct or distract the fielding side by word or action. See also Law 34, hit the ball twice. Well, I'm going to actually read you Law 37.4 because actually Dan Lawrence actually got out based on this specific rule. So which states returning the ball to a fielder. Either batsman is out obstructing the field if at any time while the ball is in play and without the consent of a fielder, he or she uses the bat or any other part of his or her person to return the ball to any fielder. So basically that was what happened while Dan Lawrence was running. The ball came to him and he was attempting to return the ball to a fielder without the fielder's consent, and they appealed. The umpire had no choice but to give him out based on Law 37.4.
Yeah, that was a new something learned over here, because many times we have seen if if his throw is thrown, and if a batsman is in between and he stops the ball going on deflecting to the wicket, then he's termed out. But right now he was already in the crease, and that's what Lawrence was not happy about. We can understand it completely. And but the law states clearly whether it's hitting the wicket or not hitting the wicket. That's
Right.
the first time I have seen this law. So thank you, George, for reading that to us and explaining really what happened over there.
Actually, I've seen it before. It happened with West Indies was playing Australia, and one of the West Indies batsmen actually returned the ball to one of the Australian player, and they appealed. Whether it was in jest or for whatever reason, the umpire had no choice.
If
But
somebody appeals, then they have to give him out.
and precisely what the umpire had to do. So, I mean, and later on in the inning, I clearly saw Pollard was batting, and so he asked the player, and the player said, it's okay, you could pick it up and give it. So it's all about the players, and it's not every player who will do it. It's only some players who will do it.
Yeah, but we were now robbed of seeing Dan Lawrence bat. And the score, Dan Lawrence is out. We'll have to change it, guys. Dan Lawrence is still not there. Our scorecard is showing that Dan Lawrence is there, but he is out.
Yes, he is definitely out, and I'm pretty sure he probably will be quite furious at being out in this manner when he was clearly just attempting to pass the ball back to the fielding team with no intent other than to just
Help.
yes.
But help was not accepted. Instead of that, an appeal was made. But anyway, we have to rest that case right now and move on with the game. A no ball has been given, and there is a free hit. This US Open Cricket 2022 brought to you live on MAQ TV. Free hit. While we are making adjustment to the scoreboard, let's enjoy the free hit. Shot goes for it. straight in the hands, drops it.
No, but it's not right.
And goes for the third. In comes the throw. This could be. And the finger is up.
It's out, run out.
Run out. They had only gone for 2 and then there was a misfield. They decided to go for another third. There was the call of the non-striker to go for a third. He is furious. Furious right now. And from nowhere, look at that. The catch was dropped or taken. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at it. It looked like drop. Then suddenly comes the fielder. He says, hey, they are running for the third run. Picks the ball, throws it. And what a throw.
What a
Came
throw.
like a bullet on top of the stumps. The stumps were broken in a minute, in a flash. And the result was a wicket. Was that done deliberately by the fielder over there, just allowing him that extra second? They needed trickery, and they have produced 1.
Yes, they have actually gotten 2.
Actually got 2 trickery from 2. That's correct. And now is the game opening up over here? Is 93 enough? Just 94 to win and 70 for 4 right now. My goodness. This game has turned a little bit. Bhaskar Yadram, he is in a spell.
Oh, he was not happy that his fellow batter called him back for the second run.
Seems to be a lot of confusion everywhere. From when Dan Lawrence was out, there has been confusion, and confusion. And now there seems to be more.
More confusion.
What is happening? Who's being called? What is missing? Is it a pad or a glove or what? It's just lots of confusion going on.
It's as if they're objecting to the pads that the batter has.
George providing a lot of insight over here. Now they will ask for a timeout. Is that the case? How much minutes does he has to be in the field?
No, which means that I see. Yeah, that's exactly the fielding team appears to be objecting to the pads that the batter is wearing.
Has some kind of.
I think they're saying he has to wear a different color pads. And I guess maybe the umpire is agreeing to it too. I'm not so sure whether prior to the game, if that wasn't agreed to, that as long as it was the same color, it was okay.
The pads, one of the pads says US Open and has a color. I think we'll have to ask the umpires who is in the best position to help us explain what is the matter up there. Definitely it's like a competitive cricket being played.
It is competitive.
You have to be
It's
on the
tournament.
uniform over here. It's military.
Yes. So now the next question then comes up, will they now appeal that he's taking more than the 3 minutes he's allowed to take strike?
Absolutely. Where is the clock? I am just counting on the clock to see whether that is the next move, because it's all in the mindset. First they got the wicket with handling of the ball, and now probably he goes and probably there would be a appeal.
Yeah, let's see if if someone would intentionally do that.
It's all jokes apart. This is 74-4 so far, but there has been so much confusion in the last 5 or 10 minutes. We're just having to figure it out ourselves.
Right, 7.4 overs, 70 for 4. Current run rate is 9.1. Required is a minuscule 1.9. And so Bashkar is still bowling, and he bowled to Jayasuriya, who had a, or was that Ali he bowled? Who's the new batter is Ali?
Um,
Yes.
Surya got a single, and now
Yeah, the new batter is
both of them are new, let's say, because one has faced one ball and another two, because the wickets have fallen in such
Right,
a
yeah.
quick period.
succession. Yes, yeah. The new batter is Faraz Ali.
Cuts it. Cannot find. Now there is, yes. No! In comes the throw! Whoa, what's happening over there? The Stallions, they need to just breathe right now. Just breathe.
Yes.
Let it go. Forget everything that has happened.
Yes.
Just score those 23 odd runs and relax in the dugout.
Yes, the Dan Lawrence thing certainly threw him for a loop.
Where is Dan Lawrence? I'm trying to see if he's still in the dugout. Will we see that leggy come again? That beautiful flight that he has. Tempting.
Yes.
We forgot all about that. And now Madhubishi is back for his spell with the slowish leg spinner. This time sweeps it and sweeps it delightfully. This time bowling to the left-hander, and he was ready for that sweep shot. Gets a 4. Look at that.
Jayasuriya was ready, just like the old Jayasuriya. That was truly magnificent.
Well, he has to live up to that name.
Yes, he has.
Jayasuriya has high standards, but looks in the same stature. And starts with Sanat Jayasuriya. He is also S Jayasuriya, but this is Shehan Jayasuriya. Again, balls. Again, same place. Dispatches it. That fielder has to be moved a little bit squarer. And both of the balls were like a free hit.
Yes, at least the second one.
So, Jayasuriya now has a 4. A 4 seems like. Now dabs the ball on the leg side. Will he go for a 2? They are not looking for it. That was an easy 2 in the taking, but not interested at all. So 80 for 4 in 8.3 overs. And we have some more information for you regarding what was the last confusion. Getting all the information for you, Mr. George. What was it?
So there is a uniform code, and the uniform code is standard equipment for all players, including pads, and non-standard equipment are not allowed.
All right.
And the line is now standard. All players are expected to wear the same standard uniform. And as a result, what transpired earlier when we saw the stoppage, that was it. The rule will now be enforced.
So
The rule will now be enforced going forward.
right now something has happened. I need to interrupt it over there. A wicket has fallen. Sanath Jayasuriya is out. Let's see what happens. This is going to be again interesting because the batter is not happy. Turns, slow, big appeal, takes time. He is going towards and the finger, the deadly finger has been lifted.
Oh, what happened?
Look at it again. We have another replay for you. Turn, turn, turn. Seems like ball is going up there and a big appeal. Look at where the ball hit him. Did he hit outside? Beautiful turn. That's what we can give it to him. Look at it.
But he's been given out.
Yeah, he is given out and now 5 wickets have fallen. Is this game changing? Ball turning big, big. One more frame, please. One more frame. One more. One more. Oh! Wow. Look at that. That is close. That is close.
That ball turned way too much.
And now
13 to get. So after 8.5 overs, scores 81 for 5, 13 runs.
So, George, let me ask you a question. It was 70 for something, and then we lost 3-4 wickets. So, with another 10, how many could we lose? If X runs, remember
You're doing math and extrapolation now.
remember the math we used to do?
So what we are attempting to do.
All right, so we have to see. There was a lot of. And now we have the Stallions. 81 for 5. Goes straight. Takes a single.
Yes.
And that's what they need to do right now. Quickly finish it off. Take a single, a double.
And slow down. Don't get frustrated by anything that's going on. Just simply play cricket.
Yeah, here's what we have seen so far. Stallions bowled beautifully. They bowled beautifully. They not only had that fast bowler, working the spinner also. They restricted it to 93 odds and had a beautiful start to that innings, right? Just a little bit of drama here and there, finding themselves 82 for 5, but they just have 12 to make. Just make those 12 and just relax, chill out.
Yes, 11 overs to make 12 runs. That should be easily done without too much stress.
And now flicks it beautifully. Will they go for the 2? They go for it, and that's called aggressive, good running.
Yes.
That's cricket. Nice.
Yes, get the runs without too much risk.
Yep. Run the first one hard, turned, saw it, made the call, completed beautifully. Shubham Rajani is on strike. Opens the face of the bat, gets a single.
Runs it down to third man. Easy single.
And it has been a beautiful weather, a beautiful day of cricket.
Absolutely stunning.
Look at the light cloud cover and look at the breeze that is flowing across the ground. It's just too good to be up there at the center. Faraz. Nice. Gets it. Straight bat. Drives it. Just taking a little bit of time. Getting his eye in. Madabushi has 2 overs. He has 17 for 1. And Bhaskar Yadram is 2.3, 10 overs conceded, and has picked up a wicket. Cuts it. Straight. Straight to the fielder.
Straight at point. It's straight to the point fielder.
9 runs needed. All the hard work was done in the initial batting partnership. Now just the formality to finish the game. This time, bowls it a little bit short, goes for that pull shot, does not time it properly, gets a single.
Yes, kind of a hoik over towards mid-wicket, but was still able to get a single.
Bhaskar has done a job for his team, trying to slow the inevitable.
Yes, he's been trying to pitch the ball in the right area with the right speed, and it's if everybody had bowled the way he did, it might have been a different outcome.
Short ball pulls it, but straight to the
Fielder over at the deep square leg.
deep square leg fielder over there. And takes a single.
And now we're down to 7. 10 overs to make 7 runs. 10 overs, 87 for 5. Shubman is on 5. Faraz is on 3.
Well, this has been a nice dominating performance by the Stallions, and they would be feeling good about the way they played the game in the first game, and then would be ready for the second game because of the confidence that they have they will take from this game.
Yes. I completely agree that says their bowling was spot on, except for a few little glitches with their batting. They should feel pretty good about their whole team approach.
They have come ready to win this tournament. This time, uses his feet straight down the ground. And the umpire is looking, deciding whether that is the shot. And raises his hand for a 6. What a beautiful, beautiful hit it
so
was.
Now we're tied.
Slow.
Scores are leveled.
Look at that. That's called using your feet, going to the pitch of the ball. And
using your feet with your arm, you get maximum leverage. Maximum leverage.
Get the body motion as well, right behind the shot. This time, flicks it in the mid-wicket area where the fielder had been moved. And two shots and
Game's over. Game match.
checkmate.
Checkmate.
That was checkmate. So terrific, terrific performance by the Stallions, beating in just 10.2 overs, reaching 97, 90, and just taking their team, giving that two crucial points. Let's take a scoreboard. Jahangir scoring 32 of 17 and Tejinder Singh 25 of 13 laid the background for this
Yes.
win.
That was pretty good. And Manzoor run out for 6 from 8. Dan Lawrence, sort of a unusual out. He was out obstructing the fielder. He made 5 from 7. Faraz Ali not out on 3 from 7. Jayasuriya was LBW for 10 from 5. And Shubman Rahani 15 from 6. There was one extra. Score was 97 for 5 from 10.2 overs. And so Stallions won in a canter.
Yeah, really, really good. Their name is Stallions, and Stallions means speed, and they did show that speed when chasing this score down. And in the bowling, it was Bhaskar Yadram. He had it under control, 3 overs, 12 for 1, while all the other bowlers find it difficult to contain the Stallions' charge.
Laban had 1 over for 10. Gori was also 1 over for 14. Bishma 2 overs for 19. Lahol 1 over for 15. And Madabishu, he had 2.2 over 27 runs, 1 wicket. So the Tigers,
Stallions takes it, and we will be back with the next game in the evening. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next time at MAQ TV. Thank you.
Testing. All again. Good. All right.
Well, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony. A wonderful game, game number 2 on day number 2. And congratulations to Stallions X for their wonderful victory. They have defeated the guys from Tampa. And the man who was responsible for that is, of course, the former Pakistani player Fawad Alam, who got 3 wickets. At the presentation ceremony here, we have Abda and Abda Iqbal, who is the sister of the chairman of Cricket Council USA, Mohammed Qureshi. She is going to present the award to Fawad. Well, Fawad, congratulations. Good start to the tournament.
Yeah, but just a beginning. I think this is our first match, and that was a good start for our team. And it's a long way to go.
A little bit of hiccup towards the back end.
Yeah, I think 2-3 decision is not it's against us. I think, but it's happened in the cricket. I think we just wanted to target just achieve this target on like 2-3 down. But if you're playing a cricket, they're playing as well. So it's better, and we keep trying to play better cricket on the next match as well.
I want to wish you all the best. Thanks for the entertainment.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, that was Fawad Alam, the former Pakistani all-rounder, winning the man of the match today in match number 2. Stay tuned for match number 3.